So I'm busy watching the Chelsea match against Southampton, and I just felt like giving some opinions as like a long-term Chelsea fan. When I say long-term, I mean like half my adult life or half my life. Yeah, I started supporting Chelsea at like 11, so I mean I've been supporting them more than my half my life now because I'm already like 24 and a half. So yeah, I mean I've been supporting Chelsea since like early 2009 when I first started watching football. And yeah, man, honestly, like this Chelsea squad we have right now, in terms of like current relevant players and stuff like that, obviously, is probably the strongest squad I've ever seen Chelsea have in my entire time supporting them. Over the years, Chelsea have had some good star players, but this is just something else. We literally picked up like 80% of the prospects that were hot in the transfer market in 2022 and 2023, and we have everyone. We got Dacho Fofana, we got Mudrik, we got Enzo, we got Wesley Fofana, we got Koulibaly, we bought Mendy like 2 years ago. We have Havertz from that's been our long term player now for like 3 years. We sold Werner. We have Lukaku out on loan. We still own Lukaku, right? We still own him. We have Sterling. We have Loftus Cheek that's better in form now. Mount's coming to his form, but he's kind of slipping. Sometimes we have Madueke. We have who else? We bought Cucurella. I mean, he did not really doing so well, but we got Cucurella. Reece James is in form. Chilwell's insane. Thiago Silva is our best player by far. There's more players too to mention. I just can't remember. I can't even mention them all. There's too many players. Like João Felix is probably going to join permanently if they can work something out with Atletico. Felix will probably join if we can, because I mean now they've been spending a lot, so it's he might not join because we might not be able to get him, but there's a chance that they might be able to find a way to get him permanently. So our squad is extremely strong right now. It's ridiculously strong. In fact, if you look at Chelsea's roster sheet, end to end, no injuries, we have the deepest squad in all of the world. I don't think there's a squad even remotely close. Like our entire starting team plus the bench are all expensive star players. I think the squad by this point is probably on. It has like it must have the highest average player value. I mean, obviously some clubs have like more expensive players like PSG and stuff that have like Mbappe, for example. So obviously PSG would have a higher total value. But I think the average value, Chelsea has the deepest, most talented roster pool on earth, and it makes you wonder how on earth are we not winning every single game 5-0. The problem is that currently the system that we're playing, it just isn't working. Now, I'm not a football coach. I don't know how to coach a football team. But I don't have to because I'm not getting paid $50,000 a week to coach Chelsea, okay? If I was getting paid $50,000 a week to coach Chelsea, then yeah, maybe I should know a thing or two about like football tactics. But what I can say as the average football fan is that whatever setup that Graham Potter is currently using to prepare for his opponents every week. So each week, whichever team we're playing, whichever system he's using, or however he's analyzing the other team and developing strategies and stuff, whatever he's doing is not working. And that's not my opinion. That's fact. We're doing terribly with the talent he has. It's not really sensible that we're playing so bad. The amount of star players in our team should make us win games in and of itself. But the problem is that right now the game is so complex that you cannot simply win games based on star power. Maybe back in 2005, this kind of squad would be winning Champions League 1, 2, 3, no problem. But in 2023, you can make, a fairly average squad play really well if you have really good tactics and really good setups. Football is so complex now. Obviously, the longer a sport develops, the more complicated the professional players. And it's kind of insane to me, but yeah, this Chelsea squad is so good. It's insanely good. We literally don't have any weaknesses. We have a player for every single position, and in every single position, it's a star player, like world class, top 10 on the planet type shit. So I don't understand how we're currently losing to like Southampton, for example. It's just something has to change. People say give Potter time. Look, give him time, but this is becoming a bit insane. Like, the amount of talent in the squad, it's just like the amount of players we signed in January, and you're telling me we still can't win games? Like, that's ridiculous. No, that's insane. Mudrik hasn't scored yet. Madueke hasn't scored yet. Fofana hasn't scored yet. Like, João Felix scored once. Enzo hasn't scored in. We need these top players getting involved, and we need the best. The best brought out of them, and it's just a bit disappointing. But I feel like there's so much raw potential, and it's insane that we can't win games. It's okay if he Buddy Ashele, I forgot to mention. Look, if he manages to pull up his socks in the next season, then fair enough. But as it currently stands, man, Graham Potter has to be sacked, and I say that with a heavy heart. Understand. I also believed initially, like, give him time, don't hate on him. But once things started to get crazy, I was like, yeah, Tuchel shouldn't have been sacked. This was a bad move. Potter has had ample time, and we have given him so much. Like, I'm saying, like, I haven't given him anything. I'm just a fan. Bowley has given him every single piece he would ever need. If Pep Guardiola had the squad, arguably this squad makes Man City squad look average. Like, if you look at player for player, this squad, okay, besides Haaland and, like, maybe a bit De Bruyne and, like, when they still had Cancelo, Cancelo's pretty much out the door now, but, like, besides De Bruyne, besides Haaland, besides Mahrez, the squad makes their players look average in every single position. You talk about, Rodri, well, we have Enzo, we have Kovacic, we have Kante, when Kante's back from injury. You want to talk about Ruben Dias and Laporte and, like, who else is there, like, what's his name, Akanji. We have Buddy Ashele, we have Thiago Silva, we have Koulibaly, we have Aspi, who's a great centre back too. We have so many good players. We have and then, okay, talk about, like, wingers and stuff. To counter whatever they have, we have Felix, we have Mudryk, we have we have Madueke, we have Sterling. Like, Sterling played well for them, right? Sterling was, like, their second best player last season, besides next to Foden. Like, Foden and Sterling pretty much secured the season last season for them. Like, that was their start duo. Obviously Jesus was getting involved, but he wasn't playing insanely well. Like, he wasn't so consistent. Last season Sterling was playing ridiculously well alongside Foden, right? Sterling and Foden were incredible, and Mahrez was good, but Sterling and Foden were the top players. Obviously they didn't have Haaland yet. But yeah, so I just don't understand how Sterling is so average for us, but for City it was insane. This is clearly a factor of the coach. I'm sorry, but there's no chance on earth. Havertz for Germany is ridiculous. Whoever's coaching Germany, I think it's Joachim Löw, I'm not sure, I forgot. It's ridiculous. He's a great coach, because whatever he's doing with Havertz, he makes Kai Havertz look like a power striker, a power number 7, like insanely good, like like a laid back striker type of position, like more like a more deep striker, not like as far forward striker. Havertz scores insane goals for Germany. He scores all the time. Mount plays well for England. Enzo plays well for Argentina. And Mudryk played incredibly well at his old club. I mean, yeah, you could say it's not PL, but he was so good in his old club. You're telling me, and Sterling was good in the PL last season. You're telling me these players all just dropped off form? Like, all these star players, every single one of these star names, you're telling me, oh no, we just signed a bad player. It's just No, I think that's stupid. I think that's really silly. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I think you put any of these good players in, like, a Pep Guardiola's team, or like give him to even like like a what do you call it, like Atletico Madrid. Give them to Barcelona. Give them to Real. Give them to any competent squad right now that's playing good football. And I'm telling you right now, any of these players shine. They're all good players. Eventually, you have to ask the question: okay, after how many signings do you want to say it's the coach? Because it can't just possibly be we just can't sign players. Oh, every single one of these prospects is they're all overhyped. Oh, they all flop. No, that is completely silly. The only logical conclusion is that the coach is not capable of bringing out the best of these players, and it happens. I mean, Man United changed coaches how many times in the last year, right? They went, how many guys did they change? I don't know, in the last 2 years. Man United changed coaches so many times, because, I mean, if you have to change the coach, change the coach. You have to do it. Just do it. If you need to do it, do it. It doesn't matter. It's the coach can't use the players, then whatever. Get a new coach, right? I think the fact that Bowley has not sacked Potter and brought in Poch yet is a testament to some level of it has to be either, with all due respect, arrogance, or ignorance, or just like, not wanting to admit defeat, almost like, I mean, Potter cost him a lot of money. Bowley, to bring him in the signing was crazy. Probably one of the most expensive coaches of all time that was signed in football. And yeah, I don't know, like it's insane. So yeah, I don't know. It's I think Poch needs to come in, like, quickly. Poch must come in. Poch has had experience at a high level with star power. Poch comes in with this kind of quality, we immediately win games. I'm telling you right now, it's not a question of if, it is a guarantee. I'm not saying we'll be number one in the world or number one in the PL. I'm not saying we'll start beating Arsenal and City and we'll win the Champions League. I'm just saying if Poch comes in, we have a guarantee we're going to start beating the lower end teams. All these teams we should be beating, like a Southampton, a Brentford, a Brighton, a Burnley, Aston Villa, or all these, Everton, whatever. All these lower end teams that we should be smoking, we win. Okay, I'm not saying we're going to beat a United in form right now with crazy in form Rashford, or like beat a City or beat a Arsenal or something. But I'm saying we're going to be more competitive against the good teams for sure. And we're going to be able to beat the teams where we really should be beating them. The teams we really should be outclassing. Teams that have rosters worth, a quarter, a fifth of our roster, of our roster. Like, teams we really should not be losing to. Sometimes you have to wonder, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Why are you losing to these teams? These teams don't have players like you have. Why? So,